Hello everyone, this is Vineet here. I was going through second prize auction method which was taught in the digital marketing class and briefly also in the project management class as well. And I was reading through it and I was going through the information on the internet and I found that there's some really interesting aspects associated with second prize auction related to why Google went ahead with the second prize auction, as a method for bidding for its advertisement, and then how the cost benefit analysis of second prize auction, uh, it kind of forces the bidders to behave properly. How game theory and Nash equilibrium is achieved in the second prize auction, um, how competitiveness and fairness is also established. These are very interesting insights, and I hope I'll be able to explain them with some simple examples to you. So let's go ahead. So before we look at second prize auction and its details, let's look at Google search and see what it does when you have specific keywords that you search, right? So I'm searching for a specific keyword, LG refrigerator. Now, what I'm doing is I'm providing a company name and I'm also providing a product name. Okay, so I expect specific search results to appear for this, which of course Google will do nicely. So if I search and if I ignore the first two, advertisements, one is the LG refrigerator, the other one is also an advertisement by LG, and the third one is the actual search. And this is what we call as an organic search. So these are paid searches and these are organic searches. The advertisements are basically paid searches. So we see LG on the top, which is no surprise because LG is the retailer, and I have searched for LG and I have searched for refrigerator. So the link is related to the refrigerators offered by LG. If I scroll down, I do see Flipkart also in this list as a second search result, and then Gadgets 360, Amazon, Bajaj Finserv Markets, which I sales and Chroma, right? And on the top, you can see Chroma, Flipkart appearing as the paid search results. So, what is happening here? Why is LG, which by itself is appearing as the top search result for the given keyword, also appears as the advertisement? Okay, let's do one thing. Let me replicate this and let me now search just the word refrigerator. So see, now the search results are completely different. LG goes away, now there is Samsung on the top. Reliance Digital is the top, as in Samsung is the first advertisement on the top. Then Reliance Digital is the organic search. And if you scroll down, Amazon comes on the top again now. Then Flipkart is the third one. Chroma is fifth one. LG is nowhere in this list. Okay. And even on this top list of advertisements also, LG doesn't appear. So what was Google doing by reinforcing LG to not only appear as a top organic search result, but also asking LG to appear as a top advertised search result? Is it that there is some kind of a tie-up that LG says that if I appear as the first search result of the given keywords, then I should also be in the advertisements? Well, yes and no is both. However, we must have to understand why would LG even um, you know employ this technique that it would reinforce its position as the leading search result for the given keyword. This is very important, right? The idea that Chroma, Flipkart, which were second and the third search results, they are paying for they're paying to Google to appear on the top. Makes sense because see, if I look at this view and if I maximize this view to full screen and even if I reduce the font, only when I go to a very small font, I do see Flipkart somewhere, right? For the first important 100% of the real estate that I have on my screen, this is called as a UI real estate. So the UI or the user interface real estate, half of it is occupied by the advertisements. Rest of it is given to the organic search results, and in that also the second result appears really in the bottom if you scroll. So this is not this is where the competition is. This is where the contest of hosting itself into the advertisement space is happening. LG doesn't want to lose this game because it's probably losing the game of showcasing its refrigerators on a generic refrigerator search. But on LG refrigerator search, it is making sure that it is listed on the top. Okay, and Flipkart Chroma are also trying to do the same thing. They're trying to list on the top. So, what's going on here, right? So for that, we need to first understand the bidding as a process. Okay? So what is the traditional bidding? Traditional bidding is what you call the first is called as a first price auction. Okay, first price auction. Okay. So let's say we have LG bidding, we have Flipkart bidding, we have Amazon bidding, we have Chroma bidding. And let's say LG bids for 111, Flipkart bids for, ready to LG. Flipkart bids for 100, Amazon bids for 105, Chroma bids for 110, and LG bids for 111. Okay. This traditional bidding process is treating Google like a billboard. And the billboards we see on the roads, like a advertisement space which is occupied by a single competitor, a single advertiser. So Flipkart, Amazon, Chroma, LG at the moment are assumed to be bidding for the Google billboard. Okay, and LG is the winner. And how much LG pays? LG would pay 111, the price it has bid for. So in the first price auction, Google Bidboard receives from LG. This is fair and square. There is no surprises here. Okay, this is how it happens, right? But then there is a second price auction. What does the second prize auction do? In the second prize auction, the winner is still LG because LG opted for 111. But LG does not pay 111. Instead, it pays 110 plus some fixed cost above it. Okay, so it pays 110.01. If you look at this, at first it seems counterintuitive. Why would Google receive? So now Google receives 110.01 in contrast with 111. So it is having a loss of 0.99, right? It is having a loss of 0.99, whereas LG saves 0.9. So it on the face of it, second price auction looks like it is pro bidder, whereas the first price auction looks like it is pro publisher or pro the seller of the service, that the seller of the ad service, which is Google. So this is true. This is true with second price auction. Second price auction is more bidder friendly than the publisher friendly. Okay, but then why would Google agree to this? We will see why Google will agree to this. But before that, we have to understand in the second price auction method how Google would behave in terms of bidding process when the bidding process happens. Okay, so I have here the four competitors: LG, Flipkart, Amazon, Chroma, and then I have a default entry just to some mathematical formula I have to complete, so that I have put a default value here. Right? So what is this data? So the first thing is a quality rating. This is a rating that Google search engine gives given search results. So whenever there is a keyword entered, like LG refrigerator, and when there is an enter key or you search for it, at that point of time, Google understands that the search results which are appearing, they are best fitted for the given keyword. So LG's website seems to be the best fit for LG refrigerator as keywords, which is a no-brainer. LG website The name of the brand is there, refrigerators are there, right? You are being specific. So LG as a specific retailer website, lg.com, will appear on the top. That's what we saw. So why would that LG, which is appeared on the top, is has received the highest quality rating by Google. Let's assume that Google gives LG a rating of 10, and this rating is not because LG in general as a website is a high quality website. No, because if you see, if I search for refrigerators, LG is nowhere in the first 5, 6, right? It is probably somewhere down the line, probably somewhere else LG will appear, right? So LG itself in general is not the high quality website, but it is a high quality search uh, rating that Google gives based on this keyword, the LG refrigerator keyword. Only when the LG refrigerator keyword is searched, LG becomes the highest quality rated search result by Google, and hence LG appears on the top. Then there is Flipkart, Amazon, and Chrome. So each of them are given quality ratings, and in a descending order, they appear as search results on the Google search page. Okay, 10, 6, 4, 2. Now what happens is each of these are retailers, each of these are companies, they want to sell. They believe that uh, if they reinforce their position in the advertising space, they would be able to stress the importance of their offerings to the users. What does it mean? It means that if you go to this LG refrigerator search again, LG appearing as an advertisement and then LG appearing as an organic result, both of these is important for LG because that reinforces LG's position for this given search result. LG wants to dominate this search result, and hence LG pays for an advertisement. It seems counterintuitive, but it is not. Google, on the other hand, tells LG that, fine, LG, you are a good quality website for the given keyword, LG refrigerator, you are the top result. Why don't you just pay me a little bit more and I will also reinforce your position for advertisement? And that's why Google offers LG a smaller bid to be hosted as an advertisement. And LG takes that opportunity because LG needs to pay a little bit less for the given keyword, right? Compared to the payment Flipkart, Amazon, and Chroma has to do, or pay the advertisement costs that they have to incur. The LG advertisement cost is just rupees 2. And this is, by the way, per click, okay? This is a per click bid. Okay, remember this. This is not forever bid that happens for any kind of search results where LG appears on the top. No, it is a per click bid. That means the bidding is there, but it happens whenever there is a search between the search and the click. And which clicks we are talking about? We are talking about the click in the advertisement space. So if you go here, I'm not talking about this click, the organic search result click. I'm talking about the advertisement search result click. Because if you look at this link, if you look at the advertisement search result link, okay, so you're showing Google. Ideally, it should be showing Google AdSense. Or let me do one thing. Let me refresh this and again try. It's still showing Google. Let's see if I do Chroma, what happens. Let's see Google. Ideally, there should be something called as a Google AdSense. So whenever you click on this link, this is in the ad space, right? Because it is in the ad space, Google treats this click differently versus this click differently. Okay, even though if both the links could be going to the same page on LG website, this link is treated differently. This link earns Google the per click cost, per click price that it is supposed to receive for advertising LG. So LG would be interested to pay maximum 2 rupees per click whenever that click happens through the advertising real estate on the page. Okay. However, this is not what LG pays. Okay. What does LG pay actually when the click happens? That's called as a cost per click. And we'll calculate that. Before that, we need to create what we call as a ranking. So ranking is multiplication of the quality rating and the bid, max bid. Okay, so 20 for LG, 18 for Flipkart, 16 for Amazon, 14 for Chroma. And then what is the cost per click? Cost per click is basically the rating, the ranking of the second bidder, because that's the idea of second price auction. The LG doesn't pay its own bid, it pays based on the bidding of the second auctioneer. And the second auctioneer's bid value is not used, but second auctioneer's ranking is used, and then it is normalized with its own ranking. So Flipkart's ranking is used divided by quality rating of LG, and then you add a fixed cost of 0.01. So 1.81 appears. Now if you do this for all of them, you will see that the actual cost LG ends up paying is 1.81. Flipkart pays 2.68, Amazon pays 3.51, and Chroma pays 5.5. And if you look closely, all of these costs are smaller than the maximum bid. This is the important aspect of second price auction. The bids will tend towards max bid, but they will be less than the max bid. Okay, this is the second price auction characteristic, I would say. Okay, so you may say, but again, it doesn't explain why second price auction is used for this kind of bidding. First thing that second price auction does for you is that it improves competitiveness. How? Let's focus on ranking, because that is the important bit used in the calculation of cost per click. So let's say if Flipkart decides to up its game by making its rank very close to LG, little bit less than LG but very close to LG. Let's say it achieves something like 19. Okay, maybe it improves to achieve this 19. What can we do? We can say it is 3. Let me do that. So the multiplication of these two is 19 upon 3. So see, it is 19. So what just happened? Let me just put it 6.5. Right? And this is 6.5 into 3, 19.5. So it is just close to the ranking of LG. When the competitor of LG is getting there in terms of ranking as same as LG, LG has to up its game. The cost per click of LG increased. Earlier, what was the price? Let me just copy this here as a value. Right? And let me just look on, this was 6, this was 3, right? So see, it was 1.81, and the moment I make this as 6.5, the value becomes 1.96. So 1.81, say we move to 1.96 as the value. So as the second competitor starts becoming better and better in terms of ranking, either it improves its quality, suddenly Flipkart as a page is much more friendly towards these keywords, and that's why it has good quality rating by Google on that search, or it remains 6 here, and maybe this is 3.5. Let's make 3.2. Yeah, let's make it 3.2. This is 3.2. It increases the bid. Earlier the bid was 3, now it increases the bid to 3.2. So if Flipkart tries to achieve the ranking, the closer ranking as you can get, right, LG's cost becomes very close to its max bid, say 1.99 to 2. Right? As Flipkart tries to become the same ranking as LG, LG has to up its game and bid more, 1.99, because competition is fierce. So competitiveness is increased. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing is the value of Google. What is the value of Google? Google is a search which is supposed to be specific yet diverse, right? Quick, and what else? It's specific yet diverse, quick, and it It provides you, what else does it provide? Let's go ahead with these two qualities, right? So the Google search is specific yet diverse, and it is quick. Specific means specific to your keywords, but diverse with respect to offerings. So I should say that. Oh, sorry. And it is quick to search. These values is what makes Google an important search engine for people. Now, if the competitors or the bidders, I would say the advertisers, if they want to use this value of Google, if they believe in the value of Google, they will as associate with Google, they will tie up with Google for advertisement. And you may say, but if they believe in the value of Google, then why do they not use the first price auction and let them bid as much as they want to bid? Why should I worry about why should they try to observe the second price bidding? Why would they not tell Google that let's go with first price bidding, let me bid the highest and get the position on your advertisement section or area, or we call it the ad real estate, the ad real estate on the page, I will occupy it by bidding highest. This is where the fairness comes into picture. Okay, and let's see how fairness works. So let me copy this. Let me just copy this much. Okay, we will focus on Chroma. This is the lowest bidder, right? So let me mark this as green, right? And let me mark this Chroma here also. Here I will mark it as red. So let's say Chroma wants to up its game, and Chroma says that no, I don't agree with the second price bidding. I will use the loophole of second price bidding. What I'll do is Google will not give me quality rating high because I have not made my website high quality for the given keyword, but I can certainly bid very high. Yeah, you can do that. So let's say Chroma bids 11 and becomes 22. So let's say what this automatically pushes Chroma on the top. Agree? So now when Chroma is on the top, let's say we basically just adjust the. So we use second price bidder upon the quality rating of the first price bidder. So now, and let me also do one thing. This is right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now what is happening here is that Chroma outperformed LG, Flipkart, Amazon by bidding highest and coming on the top. Again, when does this bid happen? Okay, the bid happened the moment you click the search. You provided the keywords and you entered. The moment you click the search. So how is this happening? Simple. Basically, there are rule engines, there are AI configurations in place um, from Google's AdSense perspective, which they do pre-bidding. And in the pre-bidding, what Google does is that Google offers these advertisers the types of search results that happen. And for the given search results, the advertisers are nudged or influenced to pay a little bit of an amount to stay on the top. For example, the way probably LG as an advertiser, Google approached LG saying that, LG refrigerator search or LG washing machine search or LG, LG air condition search results in LG's retailing website to come on the top. So these are specific keywords where you outperform everyone else. So for that, Google tells LG, just pay me two rupees more, and I will make sure that you are always on the top. So LG agrees to that because LG is getting a very good deal. $2 per click is fine for LG. So LG goes ahead with it. So this is a similar thing here. Why would why would so what if someone like Chroma, for example, decides to use this kind of power and bid very high value and outperform LG and appear on the top? Yes, it can happen, no problem, right? But let's see what happens from this point onwards and why fairness comes into picture. Okay, so let's say we have something called as the click to purchase conversion rate. So let's consider the top 25 conversion rate 5.31. Okay, let's be a little bit. I would have been conservative, 2.35, or let's be conservative. Let's take 2.35. So 2.35 is the average conversion rate. Okay, so how many clicks are there? Total clicks. We first need to get that. Let's assume because LG is on a top, LG will get most of the clicks. So let's reduce it evenly. 10,000 clicks LG gets, 8,000 clicks, let's say Flipkart gets, Amazon gets 6,000 clicks, and Chroma gets 4,000 clicks. Okay. Whereas here, Chroma gets 10,000 clicks, right? LG gets 8,000 clicks because it's the second search result. 6,000 clicks by Flipkart and 6,000 clicks for Flipkart, and Amazon gets 4,000 clicks. Okay. So now with conversion rate of 2.35, purchases, right? The purchases will be clicks multiplied by conversion rate. Oh, sorry, let me fix that. Yeah, these are the purchase number of purchases, or we can say orders. Um, price per purchase, the item price. The item that is purchased, in this case, a refrigerator. Let's assume 10,000 is the price of the purchase. Now, this is important, right? This price has to be large compared to the cost per click that you pay, right? You can't have a 10 rupee item for which you pay 2 rupees as a cost, as a bidding amount for every click. You would run out in 5 clicks. You will run out of the, if the same item is visited by 5 people, within 5 clicks you have to have an order, otherwise you will not make a break even, right? So for this, the item is observed to be this for this the item price have to be very high. So something like 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, like that. Let me bring this down to 18 because I want to just use the proper example for this. So item price become 10,000. Here, let's say LG pays 10,000 rupees. What Flipkart, Amazon, Chroma will do is they will pay little bit less. So let me just increase this to 10,100, or let me say 10. And let's say Chroma gives, let's say Flipkart gives 8, 10,008. This gives 10,006. Please pardon me, my keyboard is not very good. And 4. This is the price Chroma will give. Okay. Let me also do the same thing here. Okay. Now in this case, however, the price will Chroma will not start asking 10,000 rupees. See, we have to understand one thing. These prices, they are strategically assigned from the marketing point of view, from the selling point of view. Chroma decided to dynamically bid high, but it will not change its prices dynamically that fast. So Chroma's price will still remain to be 1,000, 10,004, and rest of them will remain as is as well. Okay, so the price doesn't change. So if the price is now there, let's complete this scenario and then we'll come back to the first scenario. Let's complete this scenario. So in this scenario, what is the revenue? That is the orders, number of purchases, and item price. So 235 multiplied by 10,004. And let me just Okay. So seems like Chroma's strategy worked. It is getting more revenue than LG, Flipkart, and Amazon. Okay, hold on. Let's first find out net revenue. Let's also find out total cost per click. Okay, total cost, total click costs. So we see that total click cost is basically cost per click multiplied by total click. So that is 10,000 multiplied by cost per click. Oh, sorry. Okay, and then the net revenues. So still it does look like that Chroma is leading the game with good net revenues over LG, Flipkart and Amazon. But this is half the picture. The complete picture comes through cost benefit analysis. What is the cost benefit ratio? Total revenue upon total cost. So in this case, for this click that has happened, we just consider this one particular scenario where Chroma underwent received 10,000 clicks and made 235 purchases out of it. For this particular scenario, let's make the cost benefit analysis. Total revenue is 2350 upon total cost is 1,10,000. And now you can see the issue. So now you can see the issue. Let me just also do 2 decimals. It becomes easy. Chroma enjoys the lowest cost benefit when it tries to employ the max bid method. When it tries to bid maximum, the cost benefit is the lowest. Now, what happens if you do this here in the first case when Chroma is trying to be fair and not outbidding everyone else? Let's see what happens there. So all these values are aligned properly, so I will not, I'll just not format this. I'll just highlight Chroma. Okay. Look at the cost benefit analysis of Chroma. Its cost benefit ratio is 42, is more than 23. So by staying in its rightful place, by agreeing to Google's rating, by not hedging the ranking by increasing its bid, by staying where it is, Chroma has a better chance of has a better cost benefit ratio than when it tries to outbid everyone. So this is the point of fairness, right? It's a fair competition. There is competitiveness, but fairness as well. So this is what second price bidding would do. And now first price bidding will also do this. It's not that first price bidding will not achieve this, but first price there are issues with first price bidding where the prices where this likelihood of Chroma outbidding everyone increases. Okay, I'll come to that later. But first, you need to understand that these bidding processes, second price bidding processes, how they employ, they adhere to the value of the publisher, they improve competitiveness, but at the same time, they maintain fairness. Okay, outbidding doesn't happen very frequently. Okay, so that's the key. And now we will see the Nash equilibrium of first price auction and the second price auction. Okay, just a minute. So now we are going to look at the right price concept and the Nash equilibrium game theory concept of first price auction and second price auction. Okay, so let's say now I have diluted the problem statement or the example we saw, the competitors like Flipkart, Amazon, Google AdSense. Now I am not using that example. I'm using a simpler example, but the concept is the same. Okay, so in the first price auction, there is a seller who's selling a book. Let's say a seller is selling a book, and it needs bids. So for it to get bids, it approaches you and them. They are other competitor and you. So you look at the book, you feel that the right price for the book is 3.8 rupees, whereas they feel that the right price for the book is 3.6 rupees. Seller, on the other hand, knows that the book will be sold somewhere between 3 and 4 and expects 4 because that's where seller will make good profit. Nobody is going to pay 5 rupees for the book, and they can if they are being very competitive and very emotional and sensitive and impulsive, in which case they will bid 5 also. Let's say if that book has some sentimental value to someone, that person will bid 5. But for most logical and most practical sense, the maximum the seller expects to win is 4. So seller doesn't increase his expectations to 5 or 6. If 5 and 6 happens, seller is delighted. It's like a pleasant surprise. But otherwise, seller will not expect 5. Seller will expect 4 because seller knows that the price of the book is somewhere between 3 and 4, and hopefully he gets 4 so that he basically achieves some profits. And I'm sorry, I'm using he. It could be he and she. So please accept that. So you think the value is 3.8, others think that the value is 3.6. So now how does the bidding happens? Now let's understand one thing, that the minimum bid you can do is 3, and the bids would have to run between 3, 4 and 5. So there's no intermediate value. So you will not use values like 3.1, 4.7, 3.8, etc. Okay, those values are not allowed. You either bid 3, or if the bidding is not happening, you bid 4 or you bid 5. Okay. Now, as I said, 5, nobody's expecting 5. So 5 is out of the question. We'll just only consider 3 and 4. Okay, because that is where the most of the range of interest is 3 and 4. So let's understand that. So I have you, which is a yellow color, and them in the blue color. So you bid 3 and 4, they can also bid 3 and 4. So what happens in the first price auction? In the first price auction, the cases when there is difference of bidding, for example, you bid 3 and they bid 4, 3 and 4, in which case who wins? They win. They win, and you don't get any book. So there's zero value for you. You don't pay also, but you also don't get any book. But they receive a loss. Why? Because they thought the price was 3.6 and they are overpaying it. So there's a loss, 0.4. 3.6, 4 minus 3.6. The other possibility is also there, the reverse possibility, where you pay 4, they pay 3, they don't get anything, and there is no loss also, or no profit, but you lose 0.2 because your value was 3.8, right? So these are no-brainers, right? These are very simple to understand. However, 3, 3 and 4, 4 is the place where we need to understand how things happen. Let's say you bid 3 and let's say the other bids 3 and you bid 3. What happens in that case? There's a 50-50 chance one of you will get the book. Okay, so with that chance, what is the profit you make? Let's say you do 3, 3, in which case what happens is you have got the book lesser than the true value according to you. So your true value was 3.8. You receive the book at 50% chance at 3 rupees, in which case you are enjoying a profit of 0.8. But that's at 50% chance of winning it. So 0.8 becomes 0.4. Similarly, they receive it at 0.6. They receive it at 3.6, but they pay 3 rupees. They believe that the true value is 3.6, but they receive it at 3 rupees, in which case they enjoy a profit of 0.6. But this is because 50% chance is there of winning. They receive 0.3 profit. You enjoy 0.3 benefit. Instead of profit, I should use the word benefit. That's a better word. The reverse is also true. There could be 4-4 bidding as well. In the 4-4 bidding, there's a loss, or there is a loss of value. So you end up paying 0.2 more, which means you are losing 0.2, but at a 50% chance because both of you are 4-4, which means that each of you are likely to get the book. So you may get 50%. You have a 50% chance of winning the book. The other person has a 50% chance of winning the book. So you win it at minus 0.1 loss, and the other person wins it at minus 0.2 loss. Why? Because other person was 3.6. 0.4 is a difference, and 50% of that is 0.2. He's overly paying 0.2. Okay. So now the moment we have this kind of metrics, you need to understand what is your average winning bid. Okay, what is the average winning bid? So where am I winning? I'm winning here because I have 50% chance of winning here. I'm winning here for sure. I'm getting the book. However, there is a loss. There is no win here. This is 0. And then there is also a win here, 50% chance of winning with a loss of minus 0.1. So what I'll do is let me remove this G8 because G8 I'm not winning anything. So I'll just remove that. Okay. I'm not winning the book. The other person is winning the book, right? So I'm winning in 3 cases and my average is 0.03333. Okay, that's my average of winning. 0.4 plus minus 0.2 plus minus 0.1 upon 3. 3 places where I win. 50% chance here, full chance of winning here. But of course, I don't win with a profit, I win with a loss. And I win a bid with a loss, a normalized loss of 0.1. 50% loss of 0.2. 50% loss, which is minus 0.1. So I have an average winning possibility of average winning is 0.03. Okay. What happens to the seller, by the way? Seller is expecting to make profit at 4 rupees. And out of these 4 combinations, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3 combinations are where, because of the first price auction method, the seller is going to receive 4 rupees at the end. Seller doesn't care if you pay or the other person pay. Seller receives 4 rupees. Seller receives 4 rupees here, seller receives 4 rupees here, and he receives 4 rupees here. So there is a 75% chance that it receives 4 rupees. So on average, the seller earns 75% 4 rupees and 25% of 3, which is 0.25 into 3. Right? So the seller receives 3.75. So this is the first price auction. Got it? Where is the equilibrium on this? The Nash equilibrium on this bidding happens on 3, 3 and 3, 4, 4, 4. Okay, the red ones. This area here and this area here. Why that is happening? Because see, what is Nash equilibrium? Nash equilibrium is that when you are most comfortable with the value that you have put in, which gives you either a I wouldn't say guaranteed, but either it gives you the most comfortable position for you to be, right? The most comfortable position for you to be is actually here, because you win in this 50%, and here also, because even if you're losing, both of you may lose, but even if you're losing, your loss is normalized, is divided by 2. So look at this. Here you're losing a lot, right? This is not an equilibrium state. This is not a comfortable state for you to be. This is a comfortable with respect to loss. So with respect to gain, this is a comfortable position. With respect to loss, this is a comfortable position. And even for your competitor as well. So both of you achieve equilibrium here. Okay, there are 2 equilibrium points in case of first price auction. Okay, so there are 2 equilibriums. Seller earns 3.75, you earn an average 0.0333 profit or value. Okay, benefit is 0.0333. Let's look at second price auction. Okay, same thing. There's a book which is getting bidded for. Seller sets the lowest price as 3. You have to start from 3. You can go up to 5, 6, 7 at whatever value you want to go to, but in the increments of 1. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seller expects the maximum it will earn is 4, and you think the value of the book is 3.8, and they feel the value of the book is 3.6. The true value of the book is 3.6. So here also bidding starts happening. What happens in case of 3, 3 and 4, 4? No brainer there. This is exactly the same that we saw in the previous slide, right? 0.4, 0.3 minus 0.1 minus 0.2. 0.4, 0.3 minus 0.1 minus 0.2. No difference, right? But the difference is here. Okay. So what is happening is that in the 3-4 case, when you bid 3 and they bid 4, they win the game. But then they have to pay 3 rupees. This is what second price auction says. No? You pay the next bidder's price. So they pay 3 rupees at the bid of 4, and thus they enjoy 0.6. How do they enjoy 0.6? Because they're paying 3, and their true value and consideration is 3.6. That means they have a benefit of 0.6. And in the reverse situation, when you pay 4 and they pay 3, you end up actually paying 3 rupees because that's a second price, right? At which the bidding has happened. You win the bid, you pay 3. Because you're paying 3, you are getting you're enjoying a value of 0.8. Okay, fine. What is the average from your perspective? Now, I'm not considering the competition now. Just from your perspective, what is the benefit you enjoy? This is the benefit here. I'll remove E8 again. E8 is 0. You don't win anything there, but in rest of the places you win. So there is a 0.366667. That's the average benefit that you enjoy in the second price option. Compare it to the previous one, it is 0.03. Now it is 0.3666. So second price option is definitely competitor friendly, or people who participate, the bidder friendly option. Okay. What happens to the seller? Seller is expecting 4, but out of this 4 quadrants, or these 4 combinations, where is true 4 is getting achieved, only here the seller receives 4. Everywhere else the seller receives 3. So that means there's a 25% satisfaction to expect 4 rupees. So the average profit or the benefit the seller has is that 0.75 multiplied by 3, because 3 is 75% of the times you are receiving 3 rupees, and 25% of the time you are receiving 4 rupees. So you get 3.25. So compare that to the first price auction, 3.75 versus 3.25. Seller doesn't earn much profit in the second price auction. In the second price auction, it is much more bidder friendly, not seller friendly. And what about the equilibrium? So this is where things are interesting, right? There is definitely these two equilibrium, because this is where things have settled down. Okay. However, if you think about it, these two are also equilibrium. You may say how? Look at the profit for your seller, for your competitor, or for you. These three combinations, these two combinations, even though there is clear loss of you're not winning anything here, you're winning something here, or if you're not winning something here, you're definitely winning something here. The fact that the overall value for you or for your competitor, for you or them, the overall value for you or them is higher in this second price option becomes most comfortable position for your optioning games to be. Your game wins you a lot of benefit. If you play by the second price option rules, your game wins you, or even to your competitor, better prices than better benefits than the first price option. So in the first price option, there is this kind of a, I would say, parity. There is either two places where you hedge your win or your loss, but then in two places you undergo losses significantly. Or in the second price option, where even if you don't win anything, the possibility of winning in the possibility of winning for your competitor or for you is higher, and the benefits are higher. So these are called as comfortable equilibriums. Not comfortable equilibrium. These are called as comfortable states of equilibrium. So they are not called equilibrium as such, but they are called as comforting stages of combination. So in general, second price option from a competitor's point of view, see, that is what I said. The Nash equilibrium or game theory is about the competitors, not about the seller or the bidder, right? Not people who have arranged the contest or the competition. It is about you and the competitor. For you and a competitor, what is the best position for you to be? Second price option is the best position for the competitors to be. Hence, here rebiddings are less frequent. When rebiddings are less frequent, the value is enforced. The value of Google quick to search. So quickness is enforced. How quickness is enforced? Settled through second price auctioning. When the click happens, when you click the keywords, and when the click happens, between the click, when no, not click, I would say, when the search happens, from the search till the result page is loaded, in between that, where there's a very short time, it's probably some milliseconds or microseconds. In those microseconds, a faster equilibrium is expected in terms of bidding process, which only second price auction gives you. As we just saw, a faster equilibrium is achieved in second price auction. First price auction, faster equilibrium is not achieved. Let's say these are not comfortable states for both of us, right? So to get rid of this kind of losses, you would rebid, or you would enter with a different kind of a bidding cycle, or you would calibrate your rules so that the bidding rules change when you expect to not get the place on the advertisement, or that you pay more for the advertisement space and then end up having losses, the way Chroma did, right? In this second example, the way Chroma ended up having less cost benefit for its model. That is a likely possibility in the first price auction, but it is not a likely possibility in the second price auction. That's why second price auction is much more quicker in terms of hitting equilibrium, and hence it is preferred by Google for its faster searches. But again, the main question remains is that is Google really crazy? Because why is Google undergoing losses? We saw the seller earns more in the first price auction. No? So this is a very valid concern. Google really don't want to be continuing with the second price auction. Google has already switched to first price auction. It is rolling that out. However, why did Google start with second price auction then? It is the same case that is very valid. There is what you call the loss leader, right? We will understand this concept of loss leadership. So you initially give your services at propensity for losses, which is okay, because only when you give the value to the customers and customers become hooked to that value, you now can change your strategy and create a cash cow out of it instead of a loss cow, right? So Google, just like Jio, introduced plans for 100 rupees initially for an unlimited pack for 100 rupees. Now it is not selling at 100 rupees, it is selling at 300 rupees, the same pack. So similarly, Google initially went with second price bidding so that advertisers are happy. Like I'm happy in the second price bidding, right? I'm much more comfortable in second price bidding. Even my competitor is also much more comfortable in second price bidding. So both of us are likely to opt for Google AdSense because we are getting a good bidding experience and benefits. And once I'm hooked to that AdSense and I know that the AdSense is generating revenue for me, now Google can employ first price auction and earn its own profits. That is what is happening right now. Google has gone back to first price auction. Okay, so I think that is it from my side. I hope this was useful and informative. Thank you.